5 summers, 5 springs, 5 autumns, and 5 winters. 5 years of ups and downs, 5 years of intense sadness and happiness, 5 years of sowing and reaping, 5 years of hard work and growth. Here I am 5 years later, ready to share my experience as an immigrant.
5 years as an immigrant. It's been a roller coaster. It's a journey that I have survived. 5 years ago, I was very lost. 5 years ago, I had no idea what I was doing with my life. 5 years ago, I didn't really understand what I was doing in the UK. I was really scared. I really feared the future because a lot of things were unknown to me. All I kind of knew was that I was going to make it someday. I knew that I was going to get to the point where I wanted to get to. I just didn't know how I was going to get there. I just knew that if I keep making the right decisions, I'll get to my desired point. And I mean, along the journey, I've made a lot of mistakes and I've taken a lot of right decisions as well that has brought me to this point where I am and helping me to shoot this video in the first place. So in this video, I will be explaining the 2 worst mistakes I made as an immigrant and the 3 best decisions I ever made. So one of the mistakes I made was getting a credit card. First of all, I didn't really know that I was qualified for it. When I found out that I was actually qualified for it, I got one, but the intention for getting it was really bad. I had my visa situation and I really needed to renew the visa and I didn't have the money to do it. So I thought it would be easier to pay a credit card company rather than to borrow from a human being who will put pressure on me to eventually pay. So I thought it would be the best idea to actually pay using a credit card, and I did that. And guys, that was the worst. It was one of the worst mistakes I ever made in this country. Oh my sis, not one of it was the worst test. It's anything like that. I shouldn't have done that. I did it. I paid to the glory of God, but the aftermath is what happened. I ended up owing so much money, and you know how it is. Like, I didn't even know that you're not supposed to even pay the minimum payments. I kept paying minimum payments. This money was never reducing, and obviously, like, I was running out because I wasn't earning so much. So I'm paying into this credit card. But when interest gets added back to that money I was owing, then it goes back to being the big balance that it was, or even more. And the money kept growing. And it felt like I was just moving from hand to mouth and I was moving in a round circle. I was in debt. For a long time, I was in debt. And thankfully, as God will have it, I eventually got a new job. And it took me a while. I think up to 8 months plus to be able to clear that credit card. I mean, if I had saved up that money, if I had done a lot with my finances, I should have had a lot in my savings, but I couldn't save because of the money I was owing to a credit card agency. So that really took a lot of my savings. It took a lot of money from me that would have gone into other things. So that was a very bad mistake. Another mistake I made was not getting my driver's license on time. To be honest, I didn't know how to go about it. I thought it would be this very ridiculous process, and I didn't like investigate or research or just try to get anything, just to get the knowledge, nothing. And the time I should have done that, I didn't do it, and I found out it'd be late. And right now, I'm still trying to get it. I mean, better late than never, but it should have been something I would have done since. One of the best decisions that I made was staying true to myself. There were a lot of things I really didn't want to do. I had standards, I had goals, I had heights that I wanted to achieve, and no matter how it was difficult at different points, I stood true to myself. There were times where, for example, care visa came out and everyone was like, oh, take this care visa, and I was like, no, I don't want the care visa because that is not what I want to do. Like, I was able to like just analyze it and just ask myself if this is what I wanted for myself, and I said no, I can't be stuck doing healthcare for the next 5 years. So I actually took my 2 years post-study work visa, and I was able to get the job I so desired, which eventually ended up sponsoring me. So I knew what I wanted and stayed true to that. One of the best decisions I made was focusing on my community. So the people around me are the best, from my friends to my mentors to my family, like everyone around me, they are just the best. I was able to make good connections in the UK all around me, where I live, far away from where I live. Like if there's any issue, I know who to call, who to help me. My friends are always there, very supportive. That was one of the best things that I did, like channeling my energy into building the right connections, building the right community, and just growing as a person. And finally, one of the best decisions I made was remaining consistent in my dream. My dream has always been consistent. There is one thing I've been chasing for. I knew what I wanted from the beginning. I knew I wanted to become a business analyst. I knew the things I wanted to do, and nothing made me to push my head the other way. Nothing made me change my mind about the things I wanted to do. I remained consistent to achieving my goals and my dream. And I can actually beat my chest right now and say that I did it. In 5 years, I have achieved so much more that I never thought I could achieve.
Was this journey difficult? Yes. Did I make mistakes? Yes. Did I want to leave sometimes? Yes. But do I regret this experience? No. I am nothing short of grateful. Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, I got the opportunity to work with my dream company, form friendships that are more like sisterhood, formed relationships that has made me become who I am today, and I met and married the love of my life just by being in the UK. What more could I possibly ask for? It was really worth it in the end. It was all meant to happen this way because God wrote my story this way.